Uh, that's right. I don't think this is a site, though. This is not one of the sanctioned sites. I know that for sure. You guys will probably want to hang out in the new wellness center. All right, we'll start with just a recap of the Nicholls State game. And look, we have a way to kind of go through the week, and I know you guys have picked up a little bit on it, but Sunday is called Assessment Sunday for us. It gives us an opportunity to assess our play after our performance, which was a successful Saturday for us, and so many times, when we get together, it's a a quick reaction to a question, and what I saw on the field, what you saw on the field is prompting your questions, and we have a healthy discourse, accordingly. Been doing it for 34, 35 years. And that's the nature of the media and the head coach after in a press conference. But the great part of this is that we get an opportunity to spend 7 hours dissecting film and going over the game plan and watching. And as I got a chance to do that with our staff and meeting with the staff, there were a lot more good things that happened in that game than I was able to articulate after the game. We had a number of first-time players step up and play really good football for us, and excited about Gabe Relaford's play, for example. Jawan Johnson stepping in as a true freshman and playing, after being told on Tuesday that he was moving into an offensive position. Sean Washington, who, had to step in for an injured Jacobian Guillory, playing literally his first snaps for us after spending the first 3 weeks on scout team. And that was great to see. Alexander coming back from knee surgery, an ACL, and playing the kind of aggressive, man-to-man coverage that we were looking for, and almost picking up from where he left off, before he got that injury against Army. Really great to see that. Have the return game with Zion that had been missing. So there were so many really good things, and I think the most important thing was this sense that we were out-physicaled, and that simply wasn't the case. From an offensive standpoint, we threw the football because that's what was required in this game. They were in a 7 and an 8-man front, and we needed to throw the football. We were not going to run into extra hats, and an extra hat being an extra defender, just to flex and say we're the bigger guys. We're going to do tactically and technically what is the most appropriate thing. That's why Garrett Nussmeier leads the country in touchdown passes right now, and he's throwing at 75%. So I just wanted to give you a sense of assessing what transpired in that game. Now, that's from an offensive perspective. There's no sense here of our offensive line is not physical enough or can't knock people off the ball. When we needed to, we did that. And so I feel really good about that. Defensively, there were 2 drives that were, difficult for us to get off the field. They hit some really good plays against us. We're on 3rd down. They kept the drives alive, hit some snag routes, some slant routes. We get some young guys out there that are learning on the fly. Excuse me. But we were aggressive up front. We fitted the plays pretty darn good. I told our guys, this team, Nicholls, was a lot like many of the games that I played at Notre Dame when we're playing Navy. It's a difficult offense to defend. It's ball control. You better know your gap responsibility. And if you don't leverage them the right way, you're going to give up a big play. And they were able to milk it the first couple of drives. And then after the big play run, I thought our defense did a great job. So I just wanted to give you that sense. Nicholls did a great job. Hats off to them. They played a great game. They were sound. They had a great game plan. But at the end of the day, after the touchdown run, we held Nicholls to 86 yards on their final 5 possessions. So that coupled with, what we did on the offensive side of the ball, I feel a whole lot better than I did Saturday after I went home for dinner on Sunday night. So having said that, we move on to SEC play and a very good South Carolina team. Noon kickoff, ABC, college game day. So it's obviously going to be a great environment there, a great opportunity for us to take another step in the development of our football team, and obviously, continue to work to get better. As we mentioned, Garrett leads the SEC in passing touchdowns and completions. Lacey leads the SEC in receiving touchdowns. Xavier Thomas leads in kickoff return yardage. And, our offensive line's done a great job in keeping Garrett up and allowing him, obviously to throw the football. Playing South Carolina, you look at what Shane's done. He really gets his team to play well, and particularly at home. They come off a really great road win against Kentucky, 31-6. And a lot of it is, the type of offense they're running now with, Sellers at quarterback, Sanders, the transfer from Arkansas, Simon at tight end. This is a big physical quarterback. Reminds me of the kid at Florida, Richardson, the quarterback at Arkansas. Big physical, 6'3", 242. We're going to have to be prepared for kind of a similar offense in a sense, but a guy with a strong arm that can, certainly get the ball down the field. Campbell, Harbor's a freak of an athlete, so they've got some weapons there from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, they lead the SEC in sacks. So this is a defense with an outstanding front, freshman edge player, and Stewart and Kennard's an outstanding player. Really love Amanda Worry, the defensive back, number 7, very active. He was a freshman All-American 2022. Just a really good defense, and they run both 3 down and 4 down, and made it really difficult for Kentucky last week. And then very innovative, do a lot of things in the special teams game. So on the road in the SEC, we know the challenges, especially with the noon start, and we look to improve on all facets of our game as we go on the road against the Gamecocks. So with that, open it up to questions.